What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. So, LeBron James and the Lakers avoid embarrassment by getting swept. And they basically cheated death at least one more game to give themselves an opportunity to go back to Denver and see what they can do in regards to trying to win another game. And that game is today or tonight at 10 o'clock. And honestly, I think the world will be surprised if the Lakers are able to go past tonight, because I think Denver is pretty much going to end it right here. And, even with a gentleman's sweep, it still looks bad on LeBron's resume, because as much as they pump LeBron up, as much as they're trying to pump this GOAT situation up so much, I think the media just needs to focus on, how good of a career he's had as a player, only. And the fact that he's been able to sustain this long and, just look at it from that standpoint, not try to put him in the shadows of Michael Jordan. And you could honestly, I would put Kobe up there too, me personally, because Kobe was the closest to Jordan, in my opinion. I don't know how the media even skips over Kobe Bryant. They skipped over when the man's alive. They skipped over when the man passed away. They skip over him all the time. And it's like, God rest Kobe's soul. But that's just an utter disgrace to skip over a player who was the closest to Michael Jordan, who had the same killer mentality, the same gameplay. And he was just as deadly, lethal in crunch time. And he's one of the players in NBA history you want the ball in his hands for the last shot of the game. He's the guy you want to take that last shot, and he's the guy who's definitely not afraid of the moment in taking that last shot. And usually Kobe would always come through. So the disrespect to Kobe Bryant, I just never really understood. But at the same time, it is what it is. But either way, instead of putting LeBron near Jordan, that chasing a ghost that he's never going to reach, because he's never going to get 6 championships. That's just not going to happen. Unless he played 5-6 more years and he goes to a team where, he could just sit on the bench or something like that, because at that time he'll be no good pretty much. And he could just, be like the 3rd, 4th, 5th best player and just collect rings that way. Even if he did that, it wouldn't matter, because it's not the same. You're just collecting rings. Robert Horry got 7 rings, but Robert Horry got 7 rings as a role player. He didn't get 7 rings because he was the guy on a team and led a team to autumn championships. So that makes a huge difference. But either way, LeBron's pretty much not going to catch up. The only 6 LeBron is going to put up when he puts his hands up is 6 losses in the NBA Finals. It's not going to be 6 championships. So, I think we should kill all that right there and just let the man play and, see how his career ends up. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, when we think about, the situation that they're in currently, this is a Denver Nuggets team that you can't seem to shake. They finally got one game out of the Denver Nuggets after losing to them 11 straight times, which is embarrassing. I think they did the same thing with the Clippers a couple years ago. The Clippers beat them like 11 straight times until they start beating the Clippers a few times this year. But the Clippers had their number like that as well. So, which is embarrassing. And all these type of losses happened while LeBron James had the jersey on. You know what I'm saying? These type of losses wouldn't have happened or didn't happen when Kobe was there. But, either way, we're not going to go too far back into history. But when I think about the situation that they're in now, like I said, they're just prolonging the inevitable, honestly. Because tonight I believe it's going to be over with. And even if it's not, I still think Denver will take the series, because I just don't think they can beat Denver 3 more times. I really don't. And a lot of people in the world probably agree with me. It's just a tough thing to do with Denver. They're so well groomed. They're so well put together, and they have balance with their offense, and they play defense. They turn the defense up when they need to. And, having somebody like KCP, which the Lakers had a few years ago, which they won the bubble with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, that's the problem with the Lakers. They seem to let go of players that really could have kept them, en route to possibly winning more, possibly still a better team. And they do a lot of these things because of, LeBron James, of course, the organization making good and bad decisions. Of course, that comes with it all. But at the same time, the Lakers are missing some pieces that really would make them a lot better, because the pieces that they have, D'Angelo Russell, he's just not good enough. He's a hit or miss type guy, like he's always been his whole career. Some games he'll look like, like the last game they played, he had 21 points. Austin Reeves had 21 points. Anthony Davis had another monster game, 25 and 23 rebounds. LeBron had 30 points. I mean, if they play that every single game, then, they would probably have a chance against Denver. But I mean, at the same time, Denver's not going to allow all that every single game because, like I said, Denver's defense is balanced also. So, I mean, when you think about where they're going now, they're pretty much, like I said, just, trying to avoid the inevitable, but it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron going out in the first round of playoffs and all these things, it's just going to make his situation look worse in regards to the GOAT case, because with somebody like Anthony Davis, a so-called all-time great player, a top 75 player in Anthony Davis, if Michael Jordan had somebody like Anthony Davis, they wouldn't be going out in the first round back-to-back years, damn near getting swept by the same team. Not Michael Jordan. I don't personally see it. Damn sure not Kobe Bryant either. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's not like LeBron doesn't have talent around him. I know some of his talent is wishy-washy, but at the same time, if you're still playing at an elite level, as the way the media makes it seem, then, you got to find a way to win. That's just the way it is. And, the Lakers, they've been more on a losing streak throughout the years of LeBron there rather than winning. They got the one championship in the bubble. They did get that. But a lot of people just look at that championship with an asterisk beside it. Me personally, I don't. But I mean, a win is a win to me, because if it was anybody else's favorite team, they would cherish the championship, honestly. So, I mean, if we're being honest, we got to be honest about it. But other than that, I mean, if it wasn't for the play-in tournament, LeBron wouldn't even be making the playoffs. I mean, luckily, Adam Silver made a play-in tournament so it can benefit an older player like LeBron, who could be in the 9th, 10th seed and still get into the play-in tournament and have a possibility to make the playoffs. So, I mean, Michael Jordan didn't have that. Kobe Bryant didn't have no play-in tournament. And we have to realize that. They didn't have those secondary opportunities. If you didn't make the 1 through the 8th seed back in the day, damn it, you were sitting at the house. That's just the way it was. It wasn't if you're in the 10th seed, you still got a chance because we're in this tournament. If you can get past these two teams, you can get an 8 spot or a 7 spot. There was no such thing. My goodness, if there was a such thing in Jordan's time, he would have 8 championships. If there was a such thing in Kobe's time, he might have 6 or 7 championships himself. And a lot of other players will have more championships probably if they had that secondary chance like that, like LeBron basically has in this era, with the era of basketball where no defense is being played. That benefits LeBron like as much as, I mean, that benefits him so much. People don't even really realize the NBA is so tender. I mean, honestly, if the NBA was like this, like I said, when other players play, they have more championships or they have more finals appearances, at least. So, I mean, we got to factor all that in. We're talking about GOAT conversation and all that type stuff. I mean, you got to factor all that in because it is what it is. And then that's the notion, and that's the way it is, and that's the way it's going right now. But I know some people probably believe that the Lakers can try to make a run. If the Lakers win tonight's game, I'm pretty sure the NBA world is going to get shook up because a lot of people are going to believe that the Lakers could win the series. And I think that's something that Denver is pretty much focusing on, and Denver is keened in on. So I think that's going to be one situation where the Lakers might find themselves in a hard situation because Denver is looking at it from that perspective too. Denver actually wants to end it at home. And I think Denver's going to come out tonight firing. And I think that the Lakers are not going to be able to stop anything Denver's doing. And I think it's just pretty much going to be the end of LeBron and the Lakers. But at the same time, of course, you always got a chance when the game starts. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And, it's pretty much, it's over when it's over. It's over when the clock hits 0-0. It's not over until then. So, I mean, of course, Lakers fans, of course, they're always going to keep hope alive. And I definitely appreciate I'm definitely giving respect for that. But respectfully, it's over with. It is. So, I mean, let's just see what happens tonight, which I think we all know what's going to happen. But either way, let's just see.